Big win for us. I thought our guys went out and played extremely hard. We said going into this game that we had to, play with a great effort and a great energy against a really good football team. I think we did that. We protected the football. We did a pretty good job in terms of playing the field position game. And I thought defensively, I thought we were really good. So with that, I'll take any questions that you guys have.
Yeah, you can start us off.
Yeah, one of the ones I noticed is you guys would get Cam and Davenport on the same side of the line. What kind of advantage does that give you when you get those two guys rushing off the same side?
You're just trying to see what they're going to do in terms of the protection, and hopefully you can create some one-on-ones and doing some things like that. But look, this wasn't about scheme. This was about our guys going out and executing, and our guys playing really hard against a really good football team.
Luke Johnson.
Not related to scheme, DA, but it looked like Cam really missed being out on the football field. Would that be fair to say, just after the way last week went? He looked kind of rejuvenated out there.
Yeah, he looked good. We've been saying for a while that we've got to, try to limit some of those snaps for Cam, and he kind of took care of that for us. So he looked fresh out there and did a really nice job.
Mike Triplett.
Dennis, I know you wouldn't claim to have the secret to being able to stop Tom Brady, but if the defense is going to have the success you guys have had against him a number of times now, what are some of the key elements that you have to do?
Well, I don't want to talk about all those things because then we're giving them the leg up a little bit. But look, we just got to go out and execute our job, and we did that. And certainly, they had some injuries in the game, which I think helped us. And our guys went out, and there was a game plan that we had in place, and our guys went out and executed that game plan.
Yes.
Back to Cam, his 2 sacks today put him over 100 for his career. Just how impressive is that, at his age, this time of his career, getting to that mark? Not many have done it.
Yeah, sacks are hard to come by. And certainly Cam's been one of the better ones in our league for a long time at being able to get pressure on the quarterback. And so I just can't say enough about what he means to our team, the defense, the team in general, our organization, the way he represents himself both on and off the football field. Class guy. I've been fortunate enough that I've had an opportunity to be around him and coach him, and he just hell of a player.
Yeah, it looked like you guys only shot 5 or more, maybe 5 or 6 times in this game. How imperative is it to get a rush at Brady, which is your front court?
Yeah, I think that's big. I think he does a really good job of recognizing the coverages, and knows when you're sending a 5-man pressure, he knows where to go with the ball. And so I think it's hard to get to him at times doing that. And so if you're able to rush him with 4, I think that's when most teams have been successful.
Luke Johnson.
DA, we don't get to talk to you about offensive guys very often, but what do you think about Marquez Callaway's first quarter, just kind of setting up those 2 first scoring drives with the big catches?
Yeah, I think that was huge. To be able to get a couple explosive plays early in the game to set us up into position to score some points. Obviously, we would like to have come away with touchdowns and not field goals in those situations, but we were able to come away with points. And the way this game ended up playing out, it was more about protecting the football and playing the field position game because we felt pretty good about where we were defensively and how we were playing.
Yeah, Terrell.
Hey, DA, how did it feel to be in this head coaching role again for you? I know it was kind of weird circumstances.
Yeah, look, I relished that opportunity. Certainly, I really appreciate everything that Sean Payton's meant to me in my coaching career. And so for him to ask me to step in for him in this circumstance, I appreciate the fact that he had the faith and the trust in me to lead this team. I really appreciate all the players and the assistant coaches and the way that they just hung together and fought and scratched and clawed for each other so that we could come away with this win. And so it was just, it's, I think anytime you win in this league, I think it's a great feeling, and certainly in these circumstances, it feels good to win.
This might sound like a cliche, but did it feel like more of a total team effort, just considering all the scrambling I'm sure the coaches had to do to figure out,
Yeah, no question. Look, as it is all the time in this league, it's a total team effort, and I thought our guys did a hell of a job of coming together. I thought our coaching staff did a great job of understanding what we had to do to be able to win this game. I thought Pete knew what we needed to do, did a good job of handling the game plan, did a good job of protecting the football. I think Darren Rizzi did a hell of a job with the special teams. He does a great job with some of the game management stuff. He was in my ear all game long. It just was a total collective team effort. And look, that comes from the way that our head coach has prepared us. And he does a great job of leading us. And so we knew exactly what was expected of us, coaches, players, everybody, and we just went out and did our job. And just like we would have if he was standing on the sideline.
Mike Triplett.
Yeah, Dennis, I wanted to ask you if you heard from Sean, if you had a message after the game, but also if you could briefly describe what that was like Friday and Saturday. Was it a crash course of him giving as many pointers as he could impart? That you'd like to see or anything?
I think obviously I'll keep those conversations that he and I have had, privately in terms of exactly what it was. I think Sean, he told me what he wanted, and then kind of let me go do it. I think he didn't want to, try to, have me thinking about too many things, and just try to go out there and manage the team and run the team. And so we'll kind of keep those conversations private, but yet, again, like I said, the fact that he had enough faith in me to step into his spot, means a lot to me. And I'm just appreciative of all the guys that are in that locker room, because none of this was possible without what they did.
And did you wrestle over that early 4th and 2 decision? You had a pretty big head coaching decision.
Yeah. We kind of talked about it a little bit, and thought with the way that we were in the game and the point in the game that it was, we felt like, taking the points at that time was probably the right thing. We thought we might try to see if we couldn't draw them off sides and get a free first down. We didn't, and so we went ahead and took the points there.
Time for two more, Amy Jess.
Yeah, you touched on this a little bit. Obviously, going into a game, you have an idea of how things will work behind the scenes when you have a change. But how did you feel that things were delegated with you having to focus on other stuff and shift things around in terms of your responsibilities to other people?
I thought the players and the coaches handled it outstanding. Just specifically in terms of the defense, with me handling a lot more of the game management stuff. Those guys, Ryan, Chris, Mike Hodges, Corey Robinson, Peter Junta, all those guys just did an amazing job of keeping those defensive guys on point of exactly what we were trying to do and making the adjustments. where I could kind of focus a little bit more on what we were doing head coaching wise. I thought, again, Darren Rizzi was instrumental in some of the game management decisions. And so it was just a collective effort by everybody. This wasn't in any way a one-man show. This was an organization that came together and won a game.
Nick?
DA, how impactful is it just having a healthy Marcus Davenport on the line, especially in a game where you are trying to get pressure with that front four?
Yeah, look, I think Marcus has probably been one of our, if not the most disruptive defensive player that we've had when he's been healthy and when he's been out there. And so, it means a lot to have him out there. And I think the other players around him benefit from having his athleticism and his ability to disrupt the offense out there with him. Okay, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.